It was a chilly Saturday evening when my phone lit up with a message that tore apart years of marriage in just a few seconds. I was sitting by the window, my coffee untouched and cooling, waiting for my wife, Rachel, to return from what she had called a team outing. For months, things between us had been fading. Fewer dinners together, shorter talks, and a growing silence that filled the house like a ghost. But nothing prepared me for the words that appeared on my screen. "You're not part of my life anymore." I froze, staring at those words as if reading them long enough might change them. At first, I thought it had to be a mistake, a message meant for someone else, or something said in a burst of anger. But deep inside, I knew better. Rachel had been drifting away for months, whispering on late-night calls in the bathroom, taking sudden weekend work trips, and dressing in styles that didn't resemble her. I kept brushing it off, convincing myself that marriage had phases, that things would settle again. But that message wasn't a phase. It was the end. I set the cup down, took a deep breath, and replied calmly, "Good, because you're not in my future either." Those words felt like a release, quiet but final. When I pressed send, something inside me shifted, a strange mix of pain and relief all at once. The phone stayed silent for hours after that. No reply. I sat there, lost in thought, remembering how it all began. Rachel used to be the kind of woman who brightened every room she entered. Bold, magnetic, unstoppable. We met in college, and from that first day, she made me believe I could conquer anything. Together, we built a life from scratch, making promises that love would always come first. But somewhere along the way, she changed. Success made her restless. The same woman who once said, "Love matters more than money," began to measure affection in gifts and status. And just a few days before that message, I had seen something that confirmed everything I'd been afraid of. One of her co-workers, the man she'd mentioned far too often, had posted a story from their office dinner. It showed a rooftop view, dim romantic lighting, champagne glasses clinking, and Rachel smiling at him, the same way she used to smile at me. That image haunted me. Still, I said nothing. I wanted her to reveal the truth herself, and she did, with that one message. When she finally came home late that night, she acted as if nothing had happened. "You're still up?" she asked casually, tossing her purse onto the counter. I looked at her steadily. "You sent me something interesting tonight." Her face shifted, just slightly, a flicker of guilt before she masked it with arrogance. "I only meant we've grown apart, Mark," she said. "You're too serious lately. I just need some space." I nodded slowly. "You'll have all the space you want, permanently." Her confidence faltered. "What do you mean?" I opened the drawer beside me and handed her an envelope. Divorce papers, already signed. "I've been ready for this for weeks," I said quietly. "I was just waiting for you to admit it first." Her jaw dropped. "You're leaving me? Over a text?" I met her gaze. "No, Rachel. You left me months ago." That text just made it official. She tried to defend herself, talking about needing to find herself, about not meaning to hurt me. But I wasn't listening anymore. I had already given her years of patience, trust, and love. All I got back were excuses. I wasn't angry anymore. I was just done. I grabbed my coat and keys and walked out before she could speak again. The night air was sharp and cold, but it felt cleaner than the air in that house. The next morning, sunlight slipped through hotel curtains. My phone was flooded with missed calls and desperate messages from her. Apologies, pleas, confusion. "I didn't mean it, Mark. Please talk to me." I stared at the screen and almost laughed at the irony. She had spent months making me feel invisible, and now, when I was truly gone, she suddenly saw me again. But I wasn't going back. Over the next few weeks, she tried everything. She appeared at my workplace, sent long emotional emails, even reached out to my sister. I ignored it all. Because sometimes people only realize your worth when they no longer have the privilege of your presence. And I had no intention of letting guilt rewrite the truth. Months later, I saw her again, at a friend's wedding of all places. She looked thinner, quieter, maybe even remorseful. When our eyes met, she gave me a small, hesitant smile. "You look happy," she said softly. "I am," I replied. She paused, searching for words, but there was nothing left to say. She wanted closure, maybe forgiveness, but I had already moved beyond both. I wished her well and walked away. That night, as I stood by my apartment window, looking out at the glowing city, a realization settled over me. Endings don't always need drama or grand gestures. Sometimes it takes just one message, one final line, to set you free. Her words were meant to break me. "You're not part of my life anymore." But in truth, they gave me peace. And when I replied, "Good, because you're not in my future either," I meant every word.